So you'll hear, if you've watched any of the other videos or if you meet with us, about funding a trust. Dennis, what does funding the trust mean?
So this is a confusing word for a lot of people, but all funding a trust means is that you're changing the titling on the account to the name of the trust. So typically we'll do this with non-retirement accounts, so not an IRA, not a 401k, not life insurance, but this would include, say, bank accounts. This would include, say, a brokerage account in an investment firm. And all it is taking the name from, say, as an example, Joe and Jane Smith, and changing it to the Joe and Jane Smith Declaration of Trust dated whatever date the trust was executed. That is funding the trust. The attorneys, or Kevin, would handle the recording of a deed in trust, which maybe you could talk about.
Right. The deed conveys the property into the trust, provides both liability as well as the ease for the trustee or successor trustee to be able to dispose of the property. Another myth that we'd like to bust is if you have a trust, you lose the authority as the trustee to do what you want. So if you have a husband and wife come in and they're concerned about putting a trust together, well, can we sell the property? Can we do this? Can we do that? The short answer is absolutely. It's, to a degree, form over substance. You are now referred to it, instead of the homeowner, you're referred to as a trustee. The trust is a non-entity, it's not a person, so it owns the property, but you direct the trust, and you can buy and sell properties and do those things. But Dennis, one thing that you said, and it's worth looping back to, why don't we title brokerage accounts and retirement accounts in the name of the trust?
So with a retirement account or an IRA or a 401k, the IRS won't allow you to retitle that account in the name of the trust because it has to stay in the account holder's name in their social security number effectively, so the IRS knows how to tax that. Also, it's much easier in practice to administer a retirement account if direct beneficiaries are named, especially an IRA. If you name the trust a beneficiary of a retirement account, which you could do, it makes it difficult to, say, transfer or roll over that account into an IRA, whereas it's into an inherited IRA, whereas it's much easier for a beneficiary to do that if they're a named beneficiary on the account. I think there's differing opinions on that, but in practice, it's much easier to deal with if you just name, say, the children on the IRA and then retitle the other accounts in the name of the trust.
Very good.